If you see a bead of sweat dripping down my forehead, no you don't. It's 26 degrees today. But anyways, we have a really exciting video today, but first I want to ask you something real quick. The Silent Night 4554 suggested that since I have a lot of new subscribers, I should do a Q&A video. And if you actually want one, I would love to make it. So if you have any questions, put them down in the comments, and if I get enough questions, I will make it. I'm not shy at all. You can literally ask me anything. Now let's get into making the balcony. You guys are not ready. Today we're gonna turn my boring copy-paste concrete balcony into a cozy green paradise where you'd actually want to hang out in this summer heat. I don't have a lot of experience in building stuff, but what I do have is multiple weeks off of work and the audacity to think I can do anything I put my mind to. I actually started this quite a while ago, but I didn't have time to finish it because I was working at this TV show at the time, and then my best friend got married, and then I was hired for a reality show, and then I had another TV show, and then of course a couple of festivals this summer. Working, not having fun, even though it was very fun. So anyways, it's taken quite a while. And with any of my other projects that would be fine, but evidently plants grow. I had no idea tomato plants grew this fast. I feel like I just bought these. But let's go to past zoos to see how we got to this point. I wasn't gonna do any gardening or like anything to the balcony until this summer, but the weather is just insane right now, and so is my hair. My dad just dropped this off. Since the weather is so nice, I'm gonna make it. I couldn't get the bottom to fit. So now it doesn't have a bottom, which is fine. We're tubs in this house anyways. That's the joke. A gay one. But now we can maybe use this as a table or something. And I also have 6 free screws. Very cool. I was actually cooking dinner and then I forgot that I was cooking dinner, and then if you're new here, I have ADHD. And if you're not, I don't. So help a girl out and subscribe so I don't have ADHD anymore. I might pass away, but I kind of need one, so let me just pay almost 300 for a fucking plastic bucket. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be so yeah. So now quite a lot of months has passed. Look at all these tomatoes. I'm gonna explain where everything else came from as we go from old clips. Of course, also this beast over here. But let's just jump right into it. Starting with a potting table for this corner. So I have these kind of table leg looking things that I got for free from a reality that I got for free from that reality show that I did. And then the same thing with these square wood poles. I forgot what we used them for, but I know what I'll be using them for. Yeehaw! And then I also have these wood pellets that I got for free from a movie that I did. So this is the little pig monkey mock-up I made. It's not gonna look exactly like that, but you get the general idea. These are my plan drawings. So as you can see, these are the legs that I got from that job. Imagine this is like a bird's eye view, right? It looks like a messed up American flag, but it's not what it is. For the tabletops, I'm gonna rip apart those wood pallets that I have, and I'm gonna do the same for these 2 shelves as well. But then over here to the side, I saw the coolest thing. This creator had a freaking genius idea to make this IKEA hack, but I don't have that thing, so I'm just gonna like make it regular. But essentially it's just like a grill, but then you can repot plants on top of it, and then underneath it's gonna be a plastic bin, so when you repot plants, the dirt can just like drop into the bucket, and then you have all of the dirt collected in there. It's freaking genius. Anywho, to make this possible, it'll have to look like this underneath. We'll get to that when we actually build it. And then as you saw in my rendering or whatever, I want a trellis to get some privacy from my neighbors to that side. But yeah, even though I got like the big things for free from a bunch of different jobs I've been on, I do still need to go buy quite a lot of stuff. So I think we should do that. Road trip! I literally came home from the hardware store and I just had to lay on the couch like this. Every time I go outside, I want to add to some statistics, if you know what I'm saying. But it's finally colder outside than it is inside, so now I can work. God damn, it's 8 o'clock. But it's the weekend, so I hope I don't bother my neighbors too much for like a couple of hours. That's fine. I found out the perfect size for this table would be 2 of the thicker boards and then 2 of the smaller ones. You need to have a little space between your boards. Don't ask me why, people just kind of always seem to be doing that. But anyways, with the spaces it came out to be 50 centimeters. I made all my shelf pieces 90 centimeters wide, since that's how wide the trellis I ordered is. And then, since the little scrawny ass legs are already falling apart a little bit, I made some new square thingies. So much measuring. Oh my god. My saw doesn't go all the way through, so I just sawed it from both sides. This is when my saw died, so I had to pick the work back up the following day. Wink, bye-bye. Hey yo, coming to you freshly showered and absolutely lathered in sunscreen. I've pretty much sawed all the pieces and now it's time to build, which is a little bit scary. I'm very excited. I think it's gonna turn out like really, really well. So let's screw some shit together, I guess. Build the base. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Oh. Anywho, I wanted the legs to sit 1 centimeter in on my shelves, and since the shelves are 50 centimeters, I made my square pieces 48 centimeters. I put 2 nails in each board, and I just kept measuring after every single step to make sure it was square still. And there you have it, a beautiful little base for our putting table. Unfortunately, I did have to saw the legs to make this work. I don't know how long I made them. I just needed them to be tall enough to fit my mini grill in there. I couldn't find screws that were long enough, so instead I grabbed some size 8 pegs and attach them to the square in that way. You just drill a hole, add a little wood glue, and then hammer the peg in there, and then you repeat the process on the other side that you want to attach the thing to. You get it. I was kind of lost on how to attach it to the base. Very, very typically me to dive into a project head first with little to no plan. But I just did that same trick with the pegs, and I did also end up securing it with 2 screws on the inside of the legs just to be safe. Not my best idea, but it works. Now to prepare for the next layer, we need to make a square. I don't know, guys, I was doing so well, but as you probably know, I'm not the best at explaining what I'm doing. Again, I want the little squares to be 1 centimeter taller or whatever than the shelf. This is going in the pooper real fast. I think it makes sense. Okay, but that means this frame thingy we're building needs to be 48 by 88 centimeters, since the shelf itself is going to be 50 by 90 centimeters. I really hope this is making sense. Most of these pieces kind of sunk down a little bit, so my shelf was not straight. But I don't care. If it's not like that bad, I'm just too lazy to fix it, okay? I moved the entire table into position because it was getting a little heavy, and that's when I noticed I turned one of the legs the wrong way! But again, if it doesn't impact the functionality of the table, I don't really care. So I just turned it around so it'd be less noticeable. For the top layer, the final layer, we're gonna build a frame again. I drew around the squares and then I drew across to find the middle and thereby where I needed to drill a hole for the pegs. And then I just assembled my pieces. You know the drill. The drill. I wanted my tabletop to be lighter than the rest of it, so before adding that, I needed to stain the bottom. This was the smallest jug of oil I could find. It's 5 liters? Yeah. It's not really a thing here. You know how there's Danish oil? Well, I'm Danish, so we just call that oil. And that's really all we use for patio furniture, fences, stuff like that. But the nope. The globalization of oil with dye in it. Yay. And I also got this roller set from the reality show, so. cool. It's like purple. This is just straight up purple. And yes, it is a little bit wobbly, but I think once I screw the trellis on the back, it will stabilize it quite a bit, so it's fine. Also, no, I'm not gonna do the back, so don't even ask. Okay, once it dries, it does get like brown, so purplish brown, but it's brown. I might have forgotten to add this piece, but I thought you wouldn't really notice that it wasn't stained when I was done with the table, and I was right. I modified my original design a little bit since the materials I was using was leftovers from my bathroom makeover when I did the renter-friendly window in my shower. I didn't quite have enough to do my original plan, but I think what I ended up doing was better anyways. I put some scrap pieces under my grill. It sounds so dumb, but it's just called the grill now because I didn't want the grill to be sunken in. I wanted it to be level to my tabletop. I pre-drilled some holes because I know from experience this wood just splits by looking at it. So it's fine though. It was still on there real good, so whatever. I just repeated that process, making sure they were evenly spaced out. And let me tell you, I was so freaking happy with how this turned out. I cannot wait to try it out. And again, thank you so much, Annika Marie, for this idea. I hope you can't hear my neighbors too much. They're having a lot of fun. Good for them. I couldn't find a trellis that went all the way over, which is why the table is as wide as it is. But then I thought I would get a little tree to stand in the corner to fill out that space right there. So I looked them up online and I was honestly shocked at how expensive they were. But what are the odds that I was just at a job and they gave me a tree? It's perfect. It's so tall and very messy. There's sand all over my car, but it's so gorgeous. So yeah, basically I'm like the luckiest girl in the entire planet. And in that same vein of being the luckiest girl ever, we were visiting Cecilia and her husband and helped them clean out the garage a little bit. And they had these outdoor tiles from IKEA that she was gonna throw out, but they're literally perfect for making this corner feel warmer and just like extra cozy. You're freaking kidding. I still obviously need like a few things. They're playing music now. Like the trellis, and I need to like decide where everything goes. I just gonna put it here, but also when I get the trellis I want to get a climbing plan for this. These ones I got for free from Tinderbox, a festival that I did. Jesus Christ. There's also, I can't even show you how much there is. This is just a little bit insane. So they're fine for now, they were free. I am gonna put them on the floor though because I'm scared they're gonna tip over the edge. Don't hate me, okay? I am going to be doing 2 parts. I'm so sorry. But it's because it's gonna be raining the next week. And also this video is already like pretty freaking long. And I'm guessing... Damn. What I need to do for this side of the balcony is gonna be like a 45-minute video in and of itself. I still need to do my whole vision board for that side, which I need to build a pergola, build 2 benches with storage. I'm gonna be making foam cushions from scratch, and that includes sewing the covers. And then of course I also need to like sew some / buy some pillowcases for throw pillows to make it cozy, and also like buy plants and you know just general stuff to make it cozy as frick. And then since I'm waiting for some stuff to come in the mail, which is gonna be like a couple of weeks, I can't finish this side like 100% as well. So
a few moments later.
Of course I'm sitting in my couch editing the outro that I just filmed, and guess what happens? This thing just got delivered. Cannot make this shit up. Sorry. So much better. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I'm excited to finish it in the next video. I promise I will make it as fast as humanly possible. But yes, I hope you liked this video. And if you did, you should like the video. All my socials are at the end of the video and in my description. And of course subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on part 2. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon. Mwah!